Have you ever felt like something inside you is changing, as if life no longer makes sense in the same way? Perhaps the work you once loved no longer excites you, or social connections feel empty. You might be on a silent yet intense journey, a spiritual awakening. But here's the surprise: this experience is a continuous and challenging process. Contrary to popular belief, it's not all light and peace. The truth is that deep crises and deconstructions lie along the way. However, those who undergo this transformation have the opportunity to live an authentic and fulfilling life. Ready to dive deep? In this video, we'll explore every phase of awakening with practical examples and real reflections. If you've ever felt the need for an essential shift in your life, this is your starting point. Topic 1. The ego and the illusion of control. The ego acts as the lens through which we view ourselves in the world. From an early age, we learn to build identities based on titles, achievements, and even failures. This system of identification creates the impression that we need to reinforce and protect who we think we are to be accepted or respected. Thus, the ego becomes a false self, always concerned with appearances and maintaining control. This constant need for control makes us believe that if we can shape people and events around us, we will be happy. However, this pursuit is exhausting and frustrating because many variables in life are beyond our control. The illusion that we can control everything is one of the ego's greatest traps and eventually becomes a source of anxiety and dissatisfaction. Consider an executive who has built their identity around their job and social status. When their career loses meaning or unexpected events occur, the ego collapses, making them feel as though they are losing their essence. This shows how intertwined the ego is with the imagined self and how any external change feels like an existential threat. The deconstruction of this identity is an essential step in spiritual awakening. As we realize that we are more than our successes and failures, we begin to free ourselves from roles we play to please others or meet societal expectations. A new perspective emerges. Inner peace does not come from control, but from accepting what is. This process can be uncomfortable because the ego does not dissolve without resistance. Thoughts like, "If I'm not this, who am I?" Or, "What if I lose everything?" may arise. Such crises are common, but by overcoming them, you begin to experience the freedom of being who you truly are, without needing to prove anything to anyone. Letting go of control does not mean surrendering to chaos, but flowing with life more lightly and authentically. With less focus on maintaining an image and more attention to the present moment, you begin to experience genuine peace. Understanding that control is an illusion allows you to connect with a greater truth. True power lies in living according to your essence, not the masks created by the ego. Topic 2. The dark night of the soul. Spiritual crises. The dark night of the soul is a deep and often painful moment during spiritual awakening. It is a period when all certainties begin to crumble, leaving you in a state of emptiness and confusion. It's as if life, which once made sense, loses its logic and purpose. This can generate a sense of isolation, as it is not always easy to share this experience with others who are not on the same journey. This phase is marked by an intense existential crisis, where old thought patterns and identities begin to fall apart. For example, someone who once took pride in their professional success might realize that their achievements no longer bring joy or satisfaction. Another common sign is the emergence of deep sadness, even without an apparent cause. During this phase, you may feel lost, as if walking through a tunnel with no light at the end. Although challenging, this stage offers an opportunity for profound inner transformation. It is as if life is giving you a chance to redefine who you are and what truly matters. The old self, built on external expectations, begins to lose strength creating space for the authentic self to emerge. This detachment process is painful, but necessary for spiritual growth. A classic example of this period is when people begin questioning their fundamental beliefs. What am I doing with my life? Or, am I living according to my values? Are questions that often arise. This questioning may lead to the abandonment of old relationships, careers, or habits that no longer make sense, creating room for new possibilities aligned with personal essence. Overcoming this phase requires patience and acceptance. It is essential to understand that the crisis is temporary and part of a larger process of spiritual evolution. Just as winter prepares the soil for spring, the dark night of the soul is preparation for a new phase of consciousness and authenticity. Practices such as meditation and self-compassion can be valuable tools for navigating this period with greater serenity. The dark night of the soul teaches us that to find the light, we must first face the darkness. There are no shortcuts on the spiritual path, and every moment of crisis is an opportunity for deep self-discovery. This phase requires courage, but also offers the chance for rebirth. It is in the emptiness that the deepest answers begin to reveal themselves. Topic 3. Symptoms and signs of spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening does not occur only on a mental level. It can manifest through physical, emotional, and energetic changes. Among the most common symptoms are inexplicable fatigue, difficulty sleeping, and changes in eating patterns. It may feel as though your body is undergoing a fine-tuning because, in a sense, it is. As your mind and spirit align with new frequencies, your body must also adjust. Another common symptom is heightened sensitivity to environments and people. Places that once felt comfortable may now feel heavy or draining. Relationships that once seemed fulfilling may no longer make sense as your needs and perceptions are changing. Although this can cause discomfort, it is also a sign that you are evolving and connecting with what truly matters. Dreams also become more vivid during this time. It is common to experience symbolic or even premonitory dreams that seem to offer insights or provide answers to internal questions. Additionally, intuition becomes stronger, functioning as an inner guide to help you navigate changes and make decisions aligned with your essence. These signs can be confusing initially, as many are subtle and can be mistaken for simple fatigue or stress. However, the more you become familiar with these symptoms, the more you understand that they are part of a larger transformation. Practices like mindfulness and conscious breathing can help reduce discomfort and bring clarity during this phase. Although these symptoms may be challenging to handle, it is essential to remember that they signal progress. Just as a muscle needs the discomfort of exercise to grow stronger, the body and mind need adjustments to reach new levels of consciousness. Embracing these signs with patience and self-compassion is crucial for advancing on the spiritual path. Instead of resisting the changes, the key is to welcome them as part of the process. Each symptom is an invitation to delve deeper into the awakening experience and discover a more authentic version of yourself. Topic 4. The death of the ego and the emergence of the authentic self. The death of the ego is one of the most challenging and transformative moments in the process of spiritual awakening. It is a profound detachment from identities and labels you once believed were part of who you are. This is not a literal death, but a dissolution of the internal narratives that defined who you should be, whether related to your status, profession, appearance, or beliefs. It is like shedding all masks and finally confronting your essence. This process can be unsettling and often frightening. When the ego dissolves, an inner void emerges. Questions like, who am I without these roles? Or, if I am not these achievements, what defines me? Naturally arise. The resistance to letting go is common because the ego fears losing the control and security it has built. However, this death is necessary for a more authentic version of yourself to emerge. The emergence of the authentic self brings a unique sense of freedom. Without the need to prove anything to anyone, you begin to live according to your values, not to meet others' expectations. Relationships, habits, and even old thoughts that no longer align with this new version of yourself gradually lose relevance, leaving behind a deeper connection to what truly matters. Topic 5. The search for truth and the meaning of life. Once the illusions of the ego begin to dissolve, an urgent need to seek the truth takes hold. It feels as though the veil that covered your eyes has fallen, prompting you to ask, who am I really? And why am I here? This search for truth is one of the most intense phases of spiritual awakening. It's not just about intellectually understanding life, but finding a deeper purpose aligned with your essence. This journey invites you to reconnect with yourself and the universe in a more meaningful way. The purpose of life is not to achieve something specific, but to live each moment with presence and authenticity. And the deeper you go into this search, the more you realize that the true meaning lies in the journey itself. As you delve deeper into the search for truth, you begin to realize that life's meaning is not something you can grasp intellectually or achieve through external accomplishments. Instead, it's about embodying your truth in each moment, being present with yourself and your experiences without the pressure to meet predefined expectations. This phase often involves stripping away conditioned beliefs and societal norms that no longer resonate with your essence. You may question the values you once pursued, like success, wealth, or recognition, and find that they no longer fulfill you. Letting go of these attachments is a gradual but liberating process, making room for new priorities that align more closely with your inner being. The role of trust and intuition in the journey. As the spiritual awakening progresses, trusting your intuition becomes essential. The intellect, while useful, has its limits when it comes to deeper spiritual truths. During this phase, your intuition acts as a compass, guiding you through uncertainty. While this can feel unsettling, especially for those used to controlling life through logic and planning, learning to trust your inner voice brings a profound sense of alignment. You may find yourself drawn to new paths, whether that means shifting careers, adopting different practices, or surrounding yourself with new types of people. These changes often happen naturally as you become more attuned to what feels right and authentic for you. There is a deep sense that life begins to flow with greater ease, not because it's free from challenges, but because you're no longer resisting what is unfolding. In moments of doubt, it's important to remember that not having all the answers is part of the journey. Spiritual awakening isn't about arriving at a destination, but about learning to live with openness and curiosity. The search for meaning is not a race, it's a practice of exploring life as it unfolds, trusting that every experience, pleasant or painful, is an integral part of your evolution. Awakening as a lifelong process, it's essential to understand that spiritual awakening is not a one-time event or a final state of enlightenment. It is an ongoing process of growth, discovery, and transformation. There will be phases of clarity and joy, followed by moments of uncertainty, discomfort, and emotional upheaval. These cycles repeat, each time bringing you closer to a deeper understanding of yourself and your connection to life. This journey is unique for everyone. There is no right way to awaken, and no two paths look exactly the same. Some people may experience spontaneous moments of insight, while for others, the process unfolds gradually over years. What matters most is your willingness to remain open to change and to embrace both the light and the darkness within you. Even after significant breakthroughs, the ego can return, tempting you to revert to old patterns of control and identification. However, with each cycle of awakening, You become more skilled at recognizing these tendencies and releasing them before they take hold. This practice of awareness allows you to live with greater authenticity, even in the face of life's challenges. Embracing impermanence and finding freedom, one of the greatest gifts of spiritual awakening, is the realization that everything is impermanent. Life is in constant flux, relationships evolve, circumstances shift, and even your sense of self changes over time. Learning to embrace impermanence brings a sense of inner freedom. You no longer cling to the past or anxiously try to control the future. Instead, you learn to appreciate the present moment for what it is, a fleeting but precious opportunity to experience life fully. This freedom doesn't mean avoiding responsibility or disengaging from the world. On the contrary, living authentically allows you to participate in life with greater clarity and purpose. You are free to engage in meaningful relationships, pursue your passions, and contribute to your community, but without the burden of needing external validation. This way of being leads to a life that feels lighter, more joyful, and deeply connected. The importance of compassion and community. While spiritual awakening is an intensely personal journey, it's also important to recognize the value of community. Sharing your experiences with others on similar paths can provide support, inspiration, and a sense of belonging. In moments of doubt or struggle, connecting with those who understand your journey can offer comfort and perspective. Compassion, both for yourself and for others, is another vital aspect of the awakening process. As you grow in awareness, you begin to see that everyone is on their own path, facing their own challenges. This realization fosters empathy and helps you cultivate kindness toward yourself and others. Spiritual growth isn't about becoming perfect. It's about embracing your humanity and learning to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Final thoughts. Living an awakened life. Ultimately, spiritual awakening invites you to live with more presence, authenticity, and compassion. It is not about escaping life's difficulties, but about meeting them with awareness and acceptance. Each experience, whether joyful or painful, becomes an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. The journey of awakening never truly ends, and that's what makes it so beautiful. It's a continuous unfolding, a dance between light and shadow, certainty and doubt, peace and challenge. The goal is not to reach a final state of enlightenment, but to live each moment with curiosity, openness, and love. Now that you have a clearer understanding of the phases and challenges of spiritual awakening, it's time to take the first step toward your transformation. Remember, this journey is not about perfection, it's about progress. Be patient with yourself, trust the process, and know that every step you take brings you closer to your authentic self. So, what's your next step? Start by reflecting on what no longer serves you. Embrace your intuition and allow life to guide you toward deeper meaning and fulfillment. If this message resonates with you, join our community by subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications to stay updated on new content about spirituality and self-discovery. Share your experiences in the comments, and let's grow together on this journey of awakening. The time to awaken is now. Are you ready to begin?